The accelerated decline of the American empire, lessons from history. Throughout history, no empire, no matter how powerful, has proven immune to decline. Could the United States, the global superpower of the modern era, be heading down the same path? The cracks in its foundations are becoming harder to ignore. Is its fall inevitable, and is it arriving faster than expected? Today's world is witnessing shifts eerily reminiscent of patterns seen in the fall of ancient empires like Rome or Britain. The question isn't whether history will rhyme, but rather how closely it will mirror these collapses in America's case. Many ancient empires faltered due to overextension, spreading their resources too thin while trying to dominate vast territories. The Roman Empire, for instance, stretched across continents but failed to adapt to new threats and internal pressures. The U.S. appears to follow a similar script with its global military presence and endless overseas wars draining resources and fueling resentment. As other nations, such as China, strengthen domestically and politically, America's vast reach may paradoxically weaken its grip on power. Empires don't just collapse under external pressure. They crumble internally first. Rome split into factions. The British Empire was plagued by domestic discontent. In the U.S., rising polarization, political gridlock, and growing economic inequality mirror these historic signs of decay. When a nation struggles to maintain cohesion, it sends signals of vulnerability to its allies and adversaries. Modern America's political volatility raises questions. If it can't govern itself effectively, how can it lead the world? Empires often fall when the world stops believing in their power and leadership. Britain lost its colonies after World War II due to waning global respect, and Rome became more a shadow than a ruler as trust eroded. Similarly, the global view of the U.S. continues to shift. Allies voice skepticism about its reliability, while competitors like Russia and China rise as counterweights. America's unipolar moment seems to be ending in a multipolar era that questions its dominance. Hubris often seals the fate of declining empires. Rome believed itself indestructible, and Britain assumed its industrial edge was eternal. Both were proven wrong. The U.S. at times shows similar overconfidence, clinging to outdated strategies while the world evolves around it. Flexibility has been key for powers that survive change, but is the U.S. willing to adapt, or will it cling to its old systems of dominance rather than innovate for a new global order? The lessons are clear. Empires fail when they refuse to address internal weaknesses, overplay their hand abroad, and fail to win the trust of the world. The U.S. has time to change course, but needs decisive actions to bridge domestic divides and rebuild global credibility. Acknowledging decline isn't defeat. It's an opportunity to evolve. Understanding historical parallels gives America a roadmap to avoid the mistakes of the past. History teaches us that empires aren't just victims of circumstance. They are architects of their own downfall when they fail to adapt. As geopolitical enthusiasts, let's deeply analyze these shifts, demand accountability, and advocate for constructive change. If we don't learn from history, we are doomed to repeat it. What will America's story be? Share your thoughts and let's unravel these patterns together.